What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Learning 101. Today's video, I'm going to show you guys the charting platform and the stock screener slash scanner by TC2000. So let's jump right into it. So this is the homepage right here for TC2000. You can download this platform for free. You're not going to get market data live streaming. You're going to have to pay for it if you want live streaming data, if you want real-time stock screeners and stock scanners. Real quick, I just want to go over the price structure with you guys, and then we'll dig into really quickly on how TC2000 works. Like I said, you can download TC2000 for free. So if you just wanted to look at charts over the weekend and just look at charts, that's all you're going to be able to do. You're not going to be able to draw trend lines or set price alerts. You're going to be limited on what you can do. And if you just wanted to get the bare bones of TC2000, then you get the silver plan right here. And there's a list of all the functions that you'd be able to do with the silver package right here. And then the next one up is the gold package. This is the most popular of what people get. What I got is the platinum, which is $90 a month. I get real-time market data. I get real-time stock screeners and stock scanners. I just wanted the platinum so I can have all the bells and whistles. I wanted to try it out. It's my first go around at it. I want to see what this platform is capable of. And I've only been able to use this platform on 2 trading days, Thursday and Friday. And I must say, this platform is very, very great. It's wonderful. So now that we got the pricing and the packages out of the way, let me show you what TC2000 is all about. It may seem complicated and there's so much stuff in this to learn, but to be honest, this is one of the easiest platforms I've came into and just picked up and went with it. It's very, very easy to learn and easy to navigate. Everything is just a click away. They have everything set up by tabs down here. And if you wanted to look at multiple charts, multiple screeners, scanners, anything, you would create charts right here, little tabs. And if you wanted to make them, if you have multiple monitors, and let's say you have 4 or 5 monitors and you wanted a page on each monitor, you would either click this little new layout tab right here and it will open up a new layout screen for you to choose from. So just for an example, we'll go with this one right here, and it'll open it up right here. And you right click it and you can rename it. And if you wanted to move it to another monitor, you would click float in new layout window. You would click it, it would open it up into a new window, and then you would just transport it over to your new monitor. So like I said, it has multiple tabs that you can have and have open if you wanted. Sorry if the yellow is blinding you guys. This is how I've set my charts up and how I like to look at charts. But we'll start with the charts right away. So if you right click on the charts and go to Add Chart Properties, they have it set up to where you could customize the charts any way you would like. So the price style, we'll start with that. You could choose from candlestick, line charts, bar charts, area charts, and I just go with candlestick charts. You could have the color based on the open close, one color, or the net change. You could change the color of the candlesticks. You can choose to have the candlesticks filled or unfilled, and you could show yesterday's close line, today's open line. You could choose the line that you would want and the color of the line if you wanted. You could show the bid and the ask values. It'll show the bid and the ask values with 2 green arrows right where the price is. One arrow will show where the ask is, and one arrow will show where the bid is. And this bar right here just shows how visible you want your candlesticks to be, if you guys can see when I swing this from left to right. I just bring it down a little bit and I'm good to go. And then you could go to Add Plots. This is where you'll add all your indicators. So on the bottom, all I have is the volume. And on the chart, which is the top, I have my Kettler channels and I have the VWAP. If I wanted to add another indicator, I would just hit this plus sign. And they have all these indicators that you can add right here. There are so many indicators you can have. Anything from VWAP, stochastics, RSI, pivot points, options, moving averages, MACD, Bollinger Bands, divergences, all kinds of stuff. And you could go into the fundamentals, the industries, the indexes, T2s, ETFs, formulas, times 4 currencies, and you can overlap with symbols. There's so many things you can do with TC2000. It's great. That's why a lot of traders love TC2000. The customization and what you can do with this platform. Very powerful platform. And then we'll go to pre and post market data. You could choose to show the post market in the after hours, never, only outside of normal market hours, or always. And if you wanted to show it on the charts, you would just check these boxes right here. And then you would choose the color of what you wanted the post and pre-market to be. And then the scaling, I just left it all alone with that. Comparisons, so let's say you like to overlap your charts with the S&P 500. You could do that, and this is where you would do that right here. The color grid, now this is really cool. This is where you get to change the color of your charts. And if you've seen other people use TC2000, everybody has their charts a certain color. So if you only wanted one specific color, then you would just change it to black, like that. And if you wanted 2 colors, then you would click this gradient box right here, and you would choose your second color. Let's say I want a green and I want a purple, like that. That's how I want my charts. There's so many different varieties you could choose from to have your charts looking multiple different colors. So go through, choose what you want, and just have fun with it. I like to have more of like a yellowish color on my charts because I like to see, for me, that's how I can see patterns more with that color. And then you got your value grid lines. You could turn that all the way up to show where the lines are at the price. I like to have that off. The date grid lines, you could have that as well on there if you wanted. I don't like to have that. The symbol watermark, that's this right here. That's the ticker symbol, the description of the company name. And you could choose to have that very bright or not have it up at all. Value scale, that's the price level. You see how it's getting bigger, or you can make it really small if you wanted. The date scale size, that's down here at the bottom. So I could choose to make that real small or make that real big. And you can also choose to have the date at the bottom of the chart or below the price, like that. And then the date margin, that's the space that you're going to have at the very end of your chart right here. So you see if I go down in the percentages, how close it gets more to the price. I like to have a little bit of space on mine. And then once you get everything the way you want it, click Apply To. You could choose from all charts in this layout, all your charts, or default for whenever you open up a new chart, it'll automatically load it up just like this. So you don't have to keep going through and editing your charts. Alright, now that we got the editing out of the way, and if ever you wanted to add an indicator or anything, just right click, click Add Plot, and you could go through and click your indicator or find it, or you could search for it up here in this search bar. If you wanted to do a price alert, right click, go to create price alert. If you wanted to print the chart or export the data to your computer, you can do that. Your multiple time frames are going to be right up here. You got your minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15, 30, 65, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. If you wanted more, click that little arrow down. You got a whole list right here. And you could set hotkeys up so that way on your keyboard, you could switch to multiple time frames from your keyboard. And if you wanted to mess with that and the time frames, go to Add Time Frames right here, and you get to customize what time frames you want. You could choose to show your pointer data across all charts. You could choose to show your time frames at the bottom of the chart, which is right here, where you'll get to select your time frames, your price style, and then once you go through and pick what you want in here, you have other options up here as well. You can go to the General tab, just go through here and pick what you want and how you want this to be set up. Your alert notifications, and then your trading. The great thing with TC2000, you could paper trade with TC2000, or you could sign up with TC2000 as a broker. And the broker that TC2000 uses is Centerpoint Securities. And you could go through here, and whenever you have like warning messages or errors or information, trade executions, you could have a sound. And you could go through and pick the sound that you want. Alright, next up on the charts, drawings. So you see this little artsy thing right here, this little art tab. This is how you can access your drawings. You could either right click and click on the drawings here, or you could click this little art tab up here, and your list of trend lines and Fibonacci and resistance lines will pop up. So let's say you want a resistance line. Click that right there. And if you wanted to add that color, again, just right click. You can edit, pick the color you wanted, pick the thickness. You want it real thin, or do you want it real thick? And then if you want this as your default, click Save as Default, and then click OK. And then every time you draw a resistance line, it'll pop up that color and that thickness. Same thing with trend lines. If you wanted to draw a trend line and you wanted to edit it, right click it and go to Ed. They have all kinds in here. Trend lines, you can text on the chart, you got Fibonacci arcs, Fibonacci fans, Fibonacci retracement, Fibonacci projection, Fibonacci time zones, anchored VWAP by Alpha Trends, Andrews Fork, error channel, Gann fan, horizontal line, linear regression line, quadrant lines, RAF regression channel, speed line, Tyrone levels, vertical line, ellipse, rectangle, and arrow. So just to show you real quick of what everything is, there's the square, there's the circle. Sorry you can't see it. It's just because of the way I have my chart set up. There, you can see it better right there. There's your channel right there. A fork, regression channel. There's a regression line. Horizontal line. You got that. Error channel. The pitchfork. An anchor. Your VWAP anchor. I don't know. Most of these, I don't know what they do. The only thing I really mess with are trend lines, horizontal lines, and Fibonacci retracements. Your text if you wanted to write a note. Your trend line. There's all kinds of stuff. And then you got your eraser. But if you wanted to delete stuff, just click on it and click the right click on it and go to delete. Or if you wanted everything off your chart, go down here to erase all. Erase, and it'll take everything off for you. And then you got two options up here. You can have a crosshair without the data, so when you click on the chart, or you can have your crosshair with the data. See how it draws that line? And then every time you go over a candlestick to the left right there, it'll show you the open, the high, the low, the top, the bottom, the volume, the date, all kinds of cool stuff for you. And then if you click on this little hand right here, you could swipe through on the chart. Just like that. Or you got this little bar down here, you could click on that and you could easily go from left to right on your chart. To zoom in and out, just use the wheel on your pad and you could zoom out or you could zoom in. And then like I said, click up that hand right there and you could easily just click and drag to move to the left or move to the right and use this bar down here to go left or right. So if you draw, let's say I draw a trend line, a couple trend lines on this, but I want to keep it on this chart. I'll go to board number 2 and it'll just give me another chart. That way I don't have to delete those lines, and then when I want to go back and look at those lines, I'll click at board 2 or board number 1. I'm sorry if I'm going really fast for you guys. Just go back and try to watch this over and over again. I'm trying to cover as many things as possible as fast as I can because there's so many things to do with TC2000. I'm really enjoying TC2000 so far. Another thing, you're going to want to link your charts. Whenever you have scanners, your watch list, or multiple charts, you're going to want to link your charts so when you click on a symbol, it'll load up the symbol for you. So you could quickly click and it'll load it up for you. So how you link up everything is you see this little S up here at the top. You'll click on that and you'll get a list of all these colors. And this is how you link all your charts. If you don't want something linked, go down to the very bottom here and click Not Linked. I have everything linked to purple. And then I have my scanner right here, and the same thing. I'll click this S, and I'll link it up to purple. That way when I see something pop up on my scanner and I want to look at it, I just click on the ticker, and it loads it right up. And you could do that across all your tabs. Make sure if you want to link it all up to purple. Now up here at the top, I have the market streaming across of my platform. Click this top Ed button up here. Stocks to show. I have it showing sector indexes. You can go through and you could choose any of this that you'd want. If you only want to look at ETFs, it'll only show you ETFs. Exchange traded funds. If you want the NASDAQ 100 or the S&P 500, you could do that. I just like to look at sector indexes. I like to see overall what's up or what's down. And you could control the speed if you wanted. And if you wanted, you could show the volume. Let's say you have a watch list, a custom watch list of stocks that you want to stream up at the cross right here. You'd click this, you'd go to personal, and the watch list that you've created, you could choose to stream your watch list. So let's say I want to always have my weekly watch list streaming at the top. I can do that. And then if you see one that you like, click on it and it'll load it up. See how it does that? And see how when you hover your mouse over it, it stops for you. So Hunt's been halted for weeks now. Tiger, TIGR, a freshly new IPO released not too long ago. This is where your messages will be. I won't really ever have messages up here because I'm not using TC2000 or Centerpoint as a broker. This is going to be irrelevant to me. Or if they ever come out with an update, they might send me a message. But this is where the messages will be right here. And if you wanted to upgrade or anything, just click on My Services, and this will pop up right here. And you can go ahead and upgrade or purchase an upgrade right through here. And then if you click on Profile, that's where you'll get to edit your profile, your username, your password, your phone number, your address, all that good stuff. Alright, so let's get into the scans. If you wanted to get a scan All you would need to do is click this easy scan right here, or you can open up a new tab and click easy scan. Here, we'll just open up a new tab. So I got this open right here. I want to close this chart out, delete the chart, and it will present you with this. Let's say I want an easy scan. They already have pre-built scans. If you wanted to look at pre-built scans, above average volume, decreasing volume, increasing volume, poppers, recent downtrends, or they have my formulas, any formulas that you've created, my condition sets. The only one I have so far that I've built is just a basic percentage gainers scan that I have. And then you got the all right here. So let's just click on one. Let's click on increasing volume. Now let's edit this scan. Click this right here, and then this is where you get to add the conditions. You can name it if you wanted. So let's just name this TradingLearning101 scan. Let's delete that and let's add a condition. They'll give you a list of conditions right here. You could either write a new formula if you wanted. I'm not good at writing formulas, but if you are, that's an option for you. I'll go to add condition. I go to basic. I want the price history. I want it to be is between the minimum $2 and $20. True. I want it. You can either have it real-time scanning, bars ago, within last bars, or bars in a row. I want real-time scanning. And then the time frame. I want this scanning every minute, or every 2 minutes, or every 5 minutes. You can go all the way down if you wanted. So I'm going to go daily. I'm going to add another condition, basic. The exchange. What exchanges do I want to scan? I want small cap. I don't want pink sheets or Forex. I just want the US index, NASDAQ, American Stock Exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, and small cap. Add another condition. The volume. I want volume to be greater than 500,000. You could go to fundamentals, and what's cool about this is you can have the shares outstanding and where is it at? The latest float. So if you wanted to look for a low float stock, you could click on the latest float and add that in there. But it is set up a little weird. Like if I click on it, I want the float less than, and I don't know if it goes by a percentage or the actual float, because when I try to enter in under a 10 million float, I don't get nothing in the search results. And from what I've seen on YouTube, I've seen other people put in 5,000% to search for low floats. So that is a little confusing to me. But if you wanted to add in any fundamentals, they have a huge list here of options for you to choose from. Or an indicator. If you wanted to add in an indicator, you could do that. And then they have a search bar up here as well. If you don't want to waste time looking for it, just start typing it in for it to pop up. Percentage change since open. I want that. And see how it's writing it in a formula right here. And then they have this bottom part right here for you to easily put in what you want. I want the formula value greater than the value. I want at least 3% and above. Scanning now on the daily. Click OK. And then once I have all my conditions that I want right here, I'll click scan. It'll give me a list of all the stocks in my scan. And during market hours, if you want this to start scanning real time, you'll hit this play button right here and it'll start scanning real time for you. If you want to refresh the scan, you'd hit this recycle thing right here. If you wanted to save this scan, click right here, and at the bottom, click this save. And you can name the scan and just click save, and it'll save it for you. If you wanted to open up a new scan, click this little folder right here, and it'll open up a new scan for you. Now the columns right here. If you wanted to delete a column, right click it. You can move it either to the left more or to the right more. You can replace it. You can save the column set, or you can delete it. So if I don't want the ATR 14 daily, which is the average true range, right click it, delete. If I wanted to add a column to this, I would just click this plus sign right here. Add value column or add condition column. I want to add a value column. And again, they got a big list right here that you could choose from. You could go to basic, you could write a new formula, fundamentals, indicators, formulas, trading, pre-built, options, view all. Let's view them all. And like you could see, they have a huge list that you could choose from. And again, they have a search bar right here, so you can easily search for what you want. Let's say you have all your columns set up the way you like, and you want every one of these columns to be on every single scan or on a new scan when you open one up. Right click it, click Save Column Set. Write the name that you want it set up as. You can either save it as a default or save as default for your system watch list, industry group watch list, or personal watch list. I just like to save it as and write a name out. That way, every time I load up a new watch list or a scan, all I gotta do is right click and click Replace Column Set. And right here, my column sets, I have one pre-built. It's called Sectors Columns. You can click that and it'll load up how you want your columns set up. All right then, real quick here. I got another window open up. This is how I have my other monitor set up. So I usually just have the daily chart right here. And then I have 3 scans going at the top here. Well, 2 scans. And then this is my watch list. How you would open up a watch list, real quick, you got to go back to the main screen here. And you see how it has all these options up here? Click watch list. And it'll open it up right here for you. And you could have a watch list from the S&P 500, the NASDAQ. But let's say you want your own personal watch list. That's when you'll go to personal here. And you'll choose the watch list that you want. They'll start you up with just my favorites. Open that up and it'll open it up right here for you. And if you wanted to move this to a different monitor, click this arrow right here and click Float in New Layout Window. That way you'll be able to transport it to a different monitor. So now that I showed you how to open up a watch list, let me show you how to create a watch list. If you wanted a new watch list, you could either open up a new combo list or a new personal list. Click New Personal List, name it what you want, My Watch List. Click OK, and it'll open it up for you. If you have multiple watch lists, click it, go to Personal right here, and you see how the one we just created, My Watch List, is right there. Then you'd be able to choose what other watch list you wanted. And if you wanted to delete the watch list, just click the X at the far right here. But there's just so much stuff you can do with TC2000, and I'll have to make more videos in the future to go over more sections. But like I said, I'm trying to go over everything as fast as I can with you guys. They got ETF watch list, components, combos list, your main watch list, or all. Going back to my personal watch list, let's open up my weekly watch list. Like I said, if you have specific columns that you want and you've already created, right click, go to replace column set, click on it, and you'll be able to load the columns that you've already saved and replace it with the ones that they have default for you. And if you wanted to add more, just click the little plus sign at the end right here. But let's say you wanted to quickly move to a scan. Click this, US stocks, click scan, and there you go. It's scanning the market for you. And then if you wanted to quickly add conditions, click select conditions, add conditions if you wanted. There's two different things right here. So if you wanted to go to your watch list, you could quickly go to your watch list. You could select conditions if you wanted. And if you wanted to go to a scan, you could quickly go to US stocks. You could select the conditions that you want to add in it that you want. Condition sets, my percentage gainers. And it'll quickly add in all of your presets that you want and click scan. And then if you quickly want to change back over to your watch list, go to personal, and there you go. You can click right to your watch list. To add a symbol to your watch list, you're going to go to the top right here and click on this blue plus sign, and then you're going to type in the symbol. So I want to add Facebook to my list. Click FB and then enter, and there you go. You got Facebook right there. And if you wanted to remove a symbol from your watch list, right click it. Either you can remove Facebook by clicking right here, or clicking Control Delete. There is a news streamer that you could get for TC2000, but that just costs more money, and I didn't get it. And that's right here. You can, for $8 you get an investor feed, or for $50 you get MT Pro feed. I just used the news feed from Charles Schwab still. I'm already paying $90 a month for the premium, and I'm happy with the charting and the scans that I have with TC2000 right now. So I'm not sure on how the news is with TC2000. I would recommend TC2000 to you guys all out there if you like charting and you want a stock screener and a stock scanner. There's a lot you can do with TC2000 and a lot of customization you can do with TC2000. I will leave a link in the description down below for you guys to the TC2000 website. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel, please. And until next time, guys, have that patience, have that discipline, and study, study, study. All right, everyone. Later.